We're good.
Okay. Like I say,
Mhm.
good morning, boys, girls, and attack helicopters. Me and Moose will be commentating over the Taters and Boomers game, which will be pretty fun.
Mhm.
I hope to see some 360 shatters, you know?
Mhm.
360 sleeps, maybe a Doom rollout. I don't
Mhm.
know.
That would be cool.
Especially on Lijiang Tower, where I don't think there are many Doom rollouts on Lijiang Tower, actually. I don't play Doom, so I'm not one to really ask. Hopefully, we have a Doom specialist in the chat.
Initiating match.
No, honestly, I think out of my 2CP control maps, Lijiang has to be one of my least favorite. No, second to least favorite. Ilios is my least favorite because Lucio, funny character.
Mhm.
You walk near red, yeah, you're gone. Goodbye. You can't play the game anymore. It's like ooh. Let's see what both our teams run.
Ready for battle.
Tater's running with the standard rush. Interesting. Boomers with the mirror, but instead of the May, they have Reaper. This will be fun. And instead of that, they have Moira. In my personal experience, I do think Moira will be a really big problem for Boomers, but let's see how they handle it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
I guess none of the teams know that Ryan can make it the point before TP pops up, but I mean, it's fine. Boomers got the point first. Looks like Tater will be having a tough time fighting this endurance, but the wall comes out. The Rhino's won. Ren dies. That's unlucky. Oh, unfortunate. It looked promising for Taters, but this unfortunate timing for them with the TP. Citizen already with the shatter. Uh-oh, this will be fun. But we'll see how the Taters react going from here on out. They keep the Symmetra. I think they're gonna try the TP through window again. No, they switched Kree Vara. Looks like they're trying to spam out the Symmetra since they end up using the fact that they don't have a hit scan.
This is my will.
Nice pin on Citizens, but the bubble came out was really timed, so it didn't really matter. Unfortunate that Red Hood didn't block the shatter. It might be it's a fight end. It's a fight wait. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Looks like Taters will turn this around just by a little bit by killing both Boomers tanks. Tim comes out from Boomers while Ryan from Neswald and Blossom from Ratty coming out poggers, okay. With 3k saving the point. And looks like it'll send Taters back to spawn to rethink their strategy. In terms of ults, well, it kinda is favoring Taters right now, coming up on almost 4 ults, while Boomers are coming up on 2. Oh, technically 3. Since, or that is about 50%, but same thing. Zardy's personal. He tried to shatter the bomb and then but he got both tanks. Someone comes out for oh wait a minute. I guess the window was this is interesting. It's a one-on-one on plane after a hectic team fight, and looks like Taters will take the point. But actually, wait a minute. No, Reaper comes back in time. The pharmacy comes back as well. Will Zari be able to turn this one, or because Boomers are still coming back, and so is Taters. So this will go either way. Zari goes down, and the shadow comes out. It looks like the fight will be turned back to Boomers, and Boomers take first map, or first round.
All over
Same
the
thing.
place.
Honestly, I honestly thought Taters were gonna take that point, and Boomers just flipped it around. I am impressed, but also spellbound. Yes, that was a pun. Taters will be adopting the Ana, Lucio, with May Reaper. While I think Boomers will keep the same. Nope, Boomers will go May Rat. Hey, Rat for Ratty, Pog. No, never mind. They switch back to symmetric. I think they're gonna TP out of spawn here to get the point faster.
4, 3,
We'll find out.
1. Round.
Never mind, they went May. Okay.
The objective.
Technically, almost a mirror match, except well, they have Ana, Moira, and Ryan. Oh, whatever. I'm talking right now. Ryan's on point. So Tater to claim the point first. Let's see what Boomers did. They respond to this. Those teams are spamming each other out. School is one. Well, Kitty is one. Same thing. Looks like both tanks for Taters has fallen so far. I think this is a point win for Boomers. Guess the Moira's coming out stronger instead of the Ana. Ooh, it happened though. They're gonna opt to hold close this time instead of just sitting on point with the May.
Get into position.
Maywall was a little funky from Taters, but it happened. Nice job from Kitty dodging the Maywall from Boomer. But Citizen already has Shatter, and that's a 6-man Shatter. But, I mean, the Ryan is walled off so far. Can Boomers respond to help? Oh, not in time. It doesn't mean they didn't get their share fixed. Now, instead of running Lucio, they decided to opt the Moira Ana for more healing output, I think? Well, who knows? Maybe Shoya will switch, maybe he won't. He already has Nano. Coming up as the first ult in the game, actually. Just Coalescence for Boomers. So is Tater for Boomers. Tater didn't get anyone, but at least the... Never mind, the Coalescence actually did get someone, but the Tater kind of fell short, but that's fine. Grab comes out for Boomers as well, sending Taters right back to spawn once again. The real twos for Boomers, and they got value out of it. Can't even lie. Looks like there will be Boomers. Taters have 5 upcoming ults, but unfortunately Flame dying again off the random Junkrat spam. Okay, Junkrat's the funny hero. We all know how he is. We have Grav, Shatter. Oh my god, I'm failing on my words. Anyway, there comes Nano, B, Naol. Anything else? Shatter and Cole being used is kind of questionable since they use 4 ults, even though they already had 1 though, right? But I mean, if they can hold it from here on out, I won't complain. Citizens has Shatter once again, and Vanilla has Naol. Shreddy's coming up on another tire. He's opting for the flank this time? Interesting. Let me see if he can spot it out. I don't think he will, since where he is. But I mean, never mind, Upward didn't see him. Okay, I think I will give value. Opting to solo shadow the Reaper instead of shadowing the team, which is pretty good. He probably would have got value out of his awesome. Kitty not opting the counter pin on the Ryan instead of pinning in right after him, and I think will fall here. Actually, no. Never mind. Ana, Shoya with a fat nade onto the backline, actually saving Kitty's life. And I think, oh wait, the Nano Moira. Okay, let's go. It looks like it's even, and it looks like it's pretty even. It's 3 for 3 right now, with Ratty coming back. Nope. Taters have the advantage now, having a full team regroup instead of excluding Zarya. There goes Coalescence from Taters. I think Kitty's looking for a Shatter here. Oh, unfortunate boo by the Junkrat. That is unfortunate. Citizens are coming up on his Shatter now. I think he will Shatter here. Maybe? No. I guess not. There's no style. Well, that happens. And that, the point goes right back to Boomers. Not after a hard fought fight by Tater, and I think map 1 will be going to Boomers since someone can touch. That was actually pretty fun to watch. Though the ults were kind of questionable, but I mean, it happens. Sometimes you just gotta ult to win, you win. Oh, not sure getting the, is it all assist? No, 1 book kill. Unfortunate. And now we should go to our next map, which is... I'll go. I will never remember this. I will never remember map pools, I swear, unless I'm playing in the game.
I don't ever
Oh, we still
remember
start
them
with...
either.
Oh, this is week 7. I'm a clown.
This is
Okay,
week 8.
it happened though. No,
Oh, the map
is it?
pools? Yeah. It is week 8 though.
Oh, oof.
I have the map
I
pool
feel like
screenshotted if you want me to check for you.
Yeah, I got it. It is
it's-
Numbani next.
Yes.
Oh, Numbani. The map where dive is hit or miss and double shield is where it's strongest, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Brawl can also prevail, but it's really hard since you have to walk a long way. Spam is pretty key on this map.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make you owner again.
Hog. Time to figure out Tater's 50 million people on their benches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's just so many people. Taters has a full
Xavier,
house.
if you're watching this, I don't know why you have a full team of people.
Yeah, my goodness. So many people.
You might as well start your own team.
2 teams.
Or start another team.
Yeah. 2 whole teams. That was really impressive from both teams, especially that first map. I really had no idea in whose favor those maps were.
Honestly,
So back and
every fight
forth.
could have went either way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who Red decides to sub in. Actually, I wonder if he will sub in anyone. This lineup actually looks pretty strong for Boomers.
I'm guessing Reindeer will come in and maybe Flippy. That's my guess.
Maybe. Let's see, who is actually attending? I don't know any of the players. Well,
Not nearly as many people as Taters.
you're not wrong.
The Taters army. Oh, look at that. I was right. I'm just... What can I say?
Okay, Reindeer and Flippy coming in. For Taters. Taters, Boomers, oh, oof, we don't talk about that. That's a slip of the tongue. The Reindeer is coming in on DPS for Roddy. Oh, it says it drags. Oh, never mind, he edited it. Citizen is still in. Okay. So the same lineup, just Flippy and Reindeer coming in. Let us see. Well, let us see what Xavier decides to put up on his, well, you know, his whole other team that's sitting on the bench for him.
Mm-hmm. There's so many. You love to see it. I'd much rather have a lot of people here than be worried about not being able to switch.
True. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes a smaller group works, you know, just a little 6. Built a lot of synergies for having 6 in, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a team. The team cannot rely on 6 people alone, or, well, I feel bad for those 6 people. Kind of overworking yourself to the bone.
I know.
It's not fun. Xavier taking a long time to think about this. Wonder what that. I wonder what's going on in his mastermind of a head.
He's got a lot of people to go through, you know?
Too many to count.
Honestly.
You know, I like how I completely forgot to put this stream on my laptop so I can see the comments. Ooh, big burn of me. Xavier taking as long as usual. The clock is ticking. his mind is processing 50 million solutions to this game.
Do you think we're gonna see more double shield and dive?
Unfortunately, we probably will in this next round for new money. I completely got the switch and it just hit me now, and I was like, oh, we're on new money.
I got you.
Skeet.
I hate
Dropping
playing
on-
against double shield. I know that it works. I get why it works, but it's so boring to play against.
Honestly, I don't know how you have fun just sitting there holding R2. I was like,
Yeah,
man.
shield simulator. It does work though, so.
Unfortunately, the struggles of Orion mean having to walk into double shield.
I know.
Just want to swing and just have fun. Usually that is never the case, as you'll die in 10 seconds without shield. So, sometimes you gotta play smart.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for asking how much time he has.
Let me see. When did we start saying good round? 15? He's technically a minute over. I'll give him like 2 minutes.
Damn it, Xavier. You're running on borrowed time here.
Yeah. I needed your lineups 2 minutes ago, but I'll give you 2 more minutes. I thought it was 7. God, I can't spell, oh my goodness.
It happened.
I guess that's fair. Kirby said, I don't mind playing against double shield because you actually have to make coordinated rotations with your team, and that is true. I would just rather run in and shoot things, though, and I can't do that if there's 2 shields. You know, so. But that is true.
With, I don't know, with double shield, it's like meh. That's why I prefer either brawl or dive, because it's like, you have to play with your main thing, or else he's just feeding, or else he's just dying off cooldown, pretty much. Double shield is like, we sit here together, we hold R2 at one person, he dies, next person, blah blah blah. We cycle ults, yeah. But it's like, when you're running dive, it's like, okay, we don't have the burst potential of like, a spam conflict, like, double shield. It's like, okay, we have to focus this person.
Mm-hmm.
With Brawl's, it's an iffy part. You can either, it's really iffy, because sometimes you can coordinate and it works, sometimes you don't have coordinate and it still works, which I don't know how. But, whatever floats the boats. Oh, Xavier threw his lineup in. Okay, let's do these. Okay. Reed is in. Whatever, my controller's just being... Oh, wait. I'm at the top of the list? Wait a minute.
Kirby said, gotta cut down on the Reddit Lucio moosh. I have never Reddit Lucio'd a day in my life, and I don't know what you're talking about, and I will not take this slander.
Okay, so I'm putting... So, Reed is going... I don't know who Reed is. Oh, never mind, he's already in. Flagon is moving to tank. Let's put it like that. Blue is going to DPS. With IQ, this will be interesting. And Emmy is coming in as well. And I will also put Asbella. I don't even know how to say that name. Please don't cut me trying pronunciation. And you will be selecting blue, and that should be good.
It's Kitty instead of Flanagan? I don't know how they say that.
I put Flanagan instead of Kitty. Okay, so I'm putting that Kitty in.
Oh boy.
Nice job. Alright, readies or whatever. Or I think I should finish everything. Reed is in, Kitty is in, Blue is in, IQ is in, Emmy is in, Asbelia is in. And Boomer's lineup is done, so we just have to wait for readies. Oh, okay, typing is also just not one of my best hits either.
That's okay.
And you shall be honor. Wow, Nation, imagine saying hi to Moosh but not me.
Nation
Kinda
loves me, I'm
rude.
sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Damn. Ooh, my heart.
There you go, they said hi to you now.
Hi, Nation. How are you today?
We have one ready.
Just waiting for the ready from Boomers and we are ready. Oh no, not Maka being in the chat. Well, I mean, Tater does have a lineup that is worthy of being another team in a Overwatch Oasis at this point. Honestly.
We've got lots of people.
Everyone's voting for Blue.
God. Alright, we're ready. Let us go.
Let's see what Boomers and Tater doing. If I see double shield, I'm gonna cry. Just know that right now, I will cry.
Initiating.
Everyone's saying hi to Kirby in chat. Hi, Kirby.
Hi, Kirby. Hello, casters. Y'all rating lots of chat energy today. I do my best. Thank you so much.
I try my best. Even though I'm not a talkative person, but today I'll make an exception.
I appreciate it.
That's why the chat appreciates you.
Ready for battle.
Wait, running Arissa Diva, which is okay, but we're running Ryan Ball.
Ryan Ball.
Well, that's interesting.
I kind of like it.
I don't think I've seen Ryan Ball since I watched Super
Attackers incoming.
today. I think it was today. That was one of his videos. I don't remember.
It's not double shield, so I can get down with it.
It's not double shield, but I do worry about Arissa Diva against Ryan Ball since
That is
Arissa
interesting,
Diva
yeah.
is mostly it's Arissa Diva is mostly used for like anti-dive comps, and it's like it'll be weird to see how they play against Rush. Or well, not Rush. Technically Brawl since they have Ryan, but same thing.
Super diva.
Reindeer on the rat with pocketed formation. A Torb soldier, a pocketed soldier I thought. Fab and Torb. Torb Turn's gonna go crazy if no one deals with it, because that's how busted Torb Turn is. Looks like they realized that ball was behind with the turnaround from Blue. Asbelia gets picked off by the fire. As they all decide to drop from Migra and the soldier's taking a flanking position. I think he's trying to come back from him. That goes full. Insane. Like, it's going either way. As picks from both teams are coming in, but it looks like only Kitty is standing left on the point. But wait, the res comes to Asbelia and the res is the Arissa. It's still going both ways. It's 2v2 right now. It's 2v1. It's a 1v1. But Soldier will come back before any other members on Taters or Boomers. And that was hectic, but I mean, hey, Taters won the fight. and Boomers will be going back to spawn for another reset. Looks like they're sticking on the Ryan ball. Instead of having the fire, they switched to soldier. Looks like they're going to go from. Looks like they're going to the outskirts of the left side. Well, soldier is left on the high gun by himself. No mercy about him, which is interesting. Mine does pick off Emmy. High from Ranger coming in, picks up the mercy.
That's a really big pick.
Ripsa also falls to Reinhardt. The blue does find Trill, but also falls to Manila. Eva is unfortunately back, and that will be Tater's point, or Boomer's point. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna keep doing this all day.
That was really impressive from Boomer's DPS. You know, everybody played really well, but Ranger and Manila really got a ton of picks very quickly there.
True. If he didn't solo attack the Mercy, I think she would have res. They would have res the BAP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turn the back around.
It was a very big pick.
The ball and soldier 1v1 who will win. IQ is unfortunately half HP running from ball, and ball will not find the kill unfortunately. But this, alright, he got some ult charge out of it. Both Boomer's DPS control the high ground. The Ranger does follow blue though. I think a res will come up, and it does. IQ comes back up, and a window comes out. Almost birding Citizen instantly with a window. We left the ball back and find some HP, but Insanity does fall due to a window. The Mercy ball coming, I think they're looking for I think Flippy's looking for a res, but he decides not to do it. Citizen may look for a shadow here, as there seems such a regroup behind him. He's walking forward. He looks like he's going to shadow here. He's trying to shadow this corner, but he does unfortunately fall to the burst damage of the Kree. Then Visor comes out from both teams. It looks like Boom has gotten the advantage, but it could still change as Diva is alive and so is Soldier. And they have found their respective picks, but IQ is also getting died by the ball and unfortunately falls thanks to Manila's help.
Manila's just doing so much on this soldier, it's insane.
He feels like it looks like he's getting looks like he's being uncontested as he's just running around, honestly. They did lose a Mercy Bog, but instead they opted to switch to help with their Ryan a little bit more, but the immortality coming out from Trill going a little bit too far, but it's fine. Both immortalities are wasted, and Reed is 1 HP. He will live to see the day. Ball comes out from May, doesn't find much value as Manila again picks up another DPS. Ranger unfortunately falls to the bomb. I think he tried to get around the payload, but I think the payload moved a little bit too much for him. I think Manila does fall here, and it will cause Boomers to back up and regroup. A good fight from Tater's only using 1 ult. But then again, Boomers also does have a variety of ults to use now, as Manila's coming back up on his ult again, and Trill's also having his ult. Might see a window visor here. Window will be popping here. As double window comes out, but looks like Tater's got the better of it. But we find 2 on the other side from Ranger coming out with a Junkrat, I see. But unfortunately it does amount to nothing as they will have to fall back and regroup. Reed just holding on to Shatter. I wonder if they got a Shatter high noon. Well, we'll find out. Citizen and Reed are both eyeing each other, saying who's gonna get the better Shatter. That is unfortunate. He got booked in clear and died to the wall. Blue does find one with his high noon, and without the res, it'll be a little bit hard to stagger as Blue finds Trill in the back. But Kitty also falls on point, which is unfortunate. Manila also finds IQ, but Citizen does fall thanks to Blue. The Blue does also fall to Manila, and unfortunately Manila kills himself. I think due to his own Helix rocket. But it is 3v. It's a 4v3 right now. It's in favor of Tater right now, as they will have to back up and regroup yet again. They get some space this time instead of having no space last time, or getting no space last time. Reed falls to Reindeer as while walking forward. Res comes up. Reed will probably shatter if he shattered. I thought he wasn't going to shatter because of the blizzard, and he unfortunately missed a pin on onto Citizen, but it's fine. Blue has another right in. Down 2 with it. IQ also finds Slippy, but Manila also finds Blue. But Tater, both Boomer's DPS are both behind Tater at the moment. But Ranger does fall while Manila makes it out. And looks like Insane decides to switch from Ball to Zarya. I wonder how fast he'll build a grab. But looks like Shizzen has another Shatter and Ranger has a high Ninja. This will be interesting to see. While the other side, oh, Manila has fallen the IQ. That is unfortunate. Mace spam is really tricky to handle. As for aiming, is a little weird to me. It's like Hanzo, but just I think better. No, I think it's I don't know, debatable in my opinion. I think Cisco looks like shooting around the corner. He finds 4 or 3, but the bomb does amount to nothing with a little push. The window and bomb are exchanged from Taters to amount to nothing, while Shatter and Visor are used. But Citizen has fallen, I think, to a flash fan hammer, but Zarya is still alive and kicking with high jars walking through. With the help of Manila, of course, and her supports. Diva has been demeched, which is unlucky, and most likely Randy will just hold this, just hold point and get, just to hold it and make sure Tater cannot contest. Leaving 22 seconds on the clock.
Score.
Friggin', it is 1-0 currently to Boomers.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
And Kirby, you're not wrong. I honestly didn't even know which window was gonna get more value, because I saw that Fluffy won for the. Oh wait, no, it was Thrill. It was bad. I saw Thrill go for the window. I was like, okay, he's gonna get it off, and then round the 5 strike. But I didn't expect Amy to respond right back with his own window. Let's see what happens here with these picks. I hope it's not double shield. Please.
Please no double shield.
It will be.
Dive!
Oh, it's a die versus double shield with Sig. Or Ryan Sig with Ash Torb. The ultimate spam comp you don't want to go against. But they probably will set up top right and just have free reign and probably hope to sit their Ash top left with no distractions, maybe. Or maybe Sig will sit top left with the Ash. Who knows? Well, it looks like they're all going top right with the Ash. So this will be interesting to see.
As much as I don't like double shield, I do think this is a good comp for them though. Unfortunately.
As long as I don't see Orisa Sig, we're good. I want to see what Taters decide to do. Will they decide to dive the Ash and kill her first off, or will they decide to dive top left and get the Sig? Or will they instead let themselves be poked out to get Nano out first? Many options here for this team. It's like they've seen the Ash, and I think they're discussing like going for the Ash. Yeah, it looks like they are. I think they're waiting for Tracer to set up. Yeah, because she just recalled. They're going on Ash. She used her coach gun. Looks like they're trying to get Mercy, and they will find Mercy. Wu has also found 2 picks so far, with the Ash and Mercy coming out. Imor has to be used for Boomers, as Soto has Kinetic Grasp, I think it's called. Who has also found another Reindeer, and unfortunately it looks Blue with the 4K. 4K? I think it was 4. Yeah, okay, 4K. Okay, going off. Already is close to all, along with their Monkey and Ana. Blue has found another one, okay. This man is going crazy this map. Or this round, same thing. Yeah, okay.
That dive was really great from Taters. They immediately, jumped on that Ash and Mercy, got that Mercy out, and then you can just snowball it from there.
The moment they forced the Mercy out, Blue just instantly went on the Mercy. And then right after the Ash, and decided to poke at the backline until he got value. Blue has killed, oh my goodness. Blue is going crazy here, he has falls. It's like they're running Hog Run. They nanoed Pharah. Looks like Boomers will be going back to spawn here, as they have lost 5. Or the Reindeer will stall as best they can, but unfortunately will fall to Kitty. Blue did use he used Pulse Tap Fake. I don't think he hit anyone. I don't remember. I wasn't really watching too much as I was watching Citizen and Reed go at it, kind of. But Citizen has the Shatter on one, but Reed doesn't. I want to see how he plays around this, knowing that Citizen has Shatter. Kitty has the bomb, and IQ also has a barrage. Yeah, Reed falls low as he does fall. Unfortunately, Manila does unfortunately find himself dying to the bomb, and Flippy also finding himself dying to the remake. Blue also getting a kill in the backline on Trill. It'll be no supports. As Blue will find 3, maybe 4. Katie stole it from him. That's unfortunate. With Tracer, it's really proving a problem for Boomers right now. Yes, and they switched off Kree instead of having a stun. They went Torb. I wonder how that'll work out into a Tracer. Looks like they're resetting back in spawn as Reed is taking the initiative and holding the corner. They're making sure they get as much car space as possible. Reed does fall below half though, and fortunately does find himself dying. Ooh, Citizen with a real-time turn on the shield, almost killing Flippy, but turned just in time, so Flippy didn't die. Kitty does get the impact as Boomers push the advantage of having no Ryan and kind of just take what they can get. Blue unfortunately finding Manila in the back though, and trying his best to get out, and he does, as they all went searching for him and no one found him. This man is acting like a shadow right now, just coming in and going right out. Looks like both support ults plus Barrage are up for Taters, plus Shadow's also coming up, and Blue switches off the Tracer to the Reaper. Maybe for more frontline pressure damage. Citizen has Shatter. So they're walking in with a man on the Reaper, Ryan, and he unfortunately gets Shatter, but he does return his Shatter and finds 2 on the ground. Or 1, I don't remember. I think more traded out of it just in time though. I mean, a Reindeer unfortunately finding himself going back to spawn. Only using Shatter, Nano, and Valk for that fight. They still have Bomb and Barrage to rely on. Oh my goodness. I am not calling out ultimates properly. I'm like, throwing my mind is on blank. Blue does find 2 in the back though. He finds 3. Well, the Visor gets 1, Blue finds another one. The Barrage gets Reindeer. I mean, so pick up a kill themselves. By themselves. 3 minutes on the clock against 1 minute.
Score 3-3.
Blue is kind of just having a field day on this map. I don't know if he just decided, oh, this is my map to shine, or he's just like, or I don't know what he ate, but this man is going off.
He's really doing the most right now.
I wonder how Boomers will respond to Blue. Let's see the comps that come out for both Boomers and Taters. If I see double shield, I will cry.
Oh.
Oh, the tanks haven't picked yet. They just had in the ball? I think it's gonna be ball deep or maybe ball hog. Or ball sig. But Taters do opt to go to the standard rush option in here. Going to hold the top right door and just decide to beat down anyone who walks up there. Especially with the May. That choke point is really difficult to walk through, especially with the May. May Junkrat is the worst people you want to go against on this map. Looks like Boomers would be opting with what they had last time with Brian Ball. But instead of the Far, they're going Soldier Kree with Mercy Bab. Let's see how this works out. I'm curious about why Blue is playing top right instead of top left and just like using the high ground to his advantage. As he would have so much range over pretty much anything, especially with Mercy Pocket. Ball decides to go touch point, maybe force them to drop. But it looks like Taters are unfazed by such a thing as they decide to stay up there and just bide their time. Flippy does have to burn res on Trill as immortality is also expanded for Taters, which is really key here because as they got reduced from 30 seconds to 25. So anyone who dies here is pretty much unfortunate. Ball does fall for Boomer as everyone fell low for a second on Tater, but they came back up and got healed. Unfortunately, looks like Boomers have been shut down going on top right. I think Mercy will try. No, I think Kree will be trying to touch point him, but will he make it? He has 3 seconds. Probably will. He rolls. He rolled and got it just in time, but unfortunately got burnt down by the window zap. Wall is stalling as best as he can, but he's doing good frozen. As Mandela finds himself on the ground, the visor comes out here. The visor from blue comes out unaided, as the bomb also comes out, and the Valk. Just making sure they secure the win.
Score 3-3.
Ooh,
Switching sides.
this is turning out to be a heated match. First I thought Boomers would be carrying the momentum from map 1, but it looks like Taters have found their rhythm and are adjusting to the Boomers now. Well, let's see what Boomers had to do for their defense, and Taters had to do for their offensive. We're probably gonna see a pharmacy again from Taters, but who knows? Maybe they won't opt for it this time and set the tracer like they did last time. No, instead they're opting for the normal rush instead of the dive that they had so much success on.
Double shield with a bastion, I think is what we're gonna see.
Oh my no, the Orisa is out. Time for some fortified gameplay where you take no headshots now, which is unfun. No one has Cole Cassidy on their team? Oh, these teams are throwing.
Wow, no Cole Cassidy. These teams don't want to win.
But wait, they're sitting top right instead of top left?
That is definitely interesting.
I honestly don't see this very often. Actually, I don't see this at all. Since Bastion just honestly just sits top right or top left at point and just do whatever he wants, to be honest. Well, we shall see how this goes since they have pharmacy. I want to see if he decides to walk back to left side or at least do it. Looks like Taters will be opting to take the top right as Boomers before.
Field is already out.
Well, Field has already been used from Boomers, but they do find a returning pick in trading immortality for Blue's life. As some IQ is trying to find this angle on the Bastion. It's pretty hard since Bastion has getting pocketed, also has the burst damage of Bastion. Looks like Taters will be opting to go, instead from going top right, they're going underground while Fire goes around coast. I think Boomers have now found out that they're going below and they're trying to recontest here. Reeds does find Reindeer with a lucky swing, but unfortunately Blue, Reed, and Asbelia have fallen on the Taters. But Mercy, this far, is really chasing this Mercy and does find the pick. Looks like Citizens, Insane, and Bap are all still alive as IQ tries to find a pick off the map, but to no avail. As Junk is not coming back and Bastion is following suit. I've probably seen him pick up his Mercy, but I mean, I feel bad for Philippi having to walk all the way back to his team. Looks like Blue now decides to go to the Hondo pick as they opt to go main this time. Actually no, Blue's below. I want to see if he decides to find a cheeky pick off of Bastion. They do try and collapse on Bastion as best as they can. He gets pocketed for a second. Kitty finds a Mercy. Reach has fallen low. Blue's also low, but Blue got nanoed. Bastion is sitting top right left, uncontested right now. Blue does find Insane and Trill. It could go either way right now as
that's unfortunate, but a really good shot from Blue.
It is two healers right now against 2 DPS. Reed has not died until now and finally does, but we'll get res as Citizens find themselves sleeping on the job. We'll pin right out of Wrench at it, or we'll pin back, but to no avail, but at least he does survive. Reed does unfortunately fall due to Junk spam? Is Junk alive? I don't even know where he is. Oh, he died to Blue now. Looks like Flippy is going for the res. Bastion is sitting the little covey of first or second point spawn whenever you got the point. Just vibing, trying to see if he can pick up the far before the far can see him. Looks like Trill has decided to switch up the Bat to the Moira, which is interesting and small. The immortality was a big help for them, and it did help for them a lot. Looks like the Far is looking for a solo shatter on the Bastion. He's poking right now, but with no mercy, it's gonna be really hard. So he's making. He might go for a barrage. He does. He finds one, finds two. As Blue also gets one with his dragon from Citizen. gets another. It is only Junk on point, who is anti, unfortunately, does fall to Kitty. It is now to the spinning ball who pops mind and doesn't die to bomb, but gets Kitty, but also dies to Sig, unfortunately. I think this point goes to, yep, this point goes to Taters.
As
Now
much as
that
that was
point,
go on, sorry.
go ahead.
As much
Go
as that
ahead.
was a super impressive hold from Boomers, because I was for sure that they had already lost that. That was really impressive from Taters. They collapsed on that Bastion every single time.
Very true. Bastion pretty much had no breathing room unless he got killed from his team. Honestly, that map could have won either way. I honestly thought Boomers would actually be able to hold it, but looks like Taters got the best of them with the ults. Now also getting played the game. A sweet 4K from his visor. Auto aim, aimbot go off. I think, if I'm being honest, if they ever nerf Soldier, you should make it to where if you can't see someone, it doesn't lock onto you. Remember today I was playing in a comp game. I was hiding behind a bush. Soldier popped visor, and it locked onto me. I was like, uh-oh. Wait, he popped visor. I'm kind of dead here, aren't I? And then I was like, uh-oh. That's unfortunate, but we won the game. Let us now see what Xavier pulls up from his head as he pulls now. 50 million people coming up. At 24 pings? Oh my goodness. What happens when you leave your phone off? I'll do it my pings later as I have to, so no one even decided to send out lineups. Sag. Looks like OwO is looking for a comp partner. Right, not a comp partner, a quick play partner. I wonder who will come in for Taters and who will come in for Boomers on this map. Which
I'm not sure.
But I feel like I'm not gonna like the next map.
It is Hanamura.
Oh man, I'm definitely not gonna like this map. I remember the nightmares of me playing on this map.
Not a Hanamura fan.
Well, when there's 5 minutes on the clock and you somehow lose. Well, you didn't lose. Well, snapping back. I think it was my second game for CO11. Was it? I think it was my second game for CO11. I don't remember. Or my first. We were facing someone at the time, and they held us for 5 minutes. I was like, oof. That has to be one of the best times that I've ever seen a team actually hold a team for 5 minutes straight. Though I was upset that we lost. I was like, I had to be impressed because holding a team for 5 minutes on Hanamura when they already had momentum, pretty like hats off to you, honestly.
I feel like Hanamura is one of those maps where either you get it in 2 seconds or you get full held.
Yeah, that's true, honestly. It hits different sometimes. Hit or miss. Also, not Xavier saying whenever I'm ready to send lineups.
I know.
I know this man has like 50,000 people, you know. We do have a limit, Xavier.
Whenever I'm ready, right? No. As long as you're ready within 7 minutes.
Let's see, we have 2 more minutes left, actually. Wait, am I counting right?
It's gotta be longer than that.
Probably.
I'm watching.
I'm never good at time management, so never look to me for time.
No worries.
Yuna's coming back. Like, so I'm probably thinking that Yuna's gonna come in for this map.
I do think that's possible.
Should we switch sides for this one, or should we just...
Hmm?
Should we switch sides?
Yes, you switch sides for this one. After map 2 and after map 3.
Okay, time to like go down the list of swapping all sides.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Red. I should have did blue first. Now they're all gonna be like together. Blue.
There's lots of people today. They have 4 minutes.
And I have set all the spectators. After,
Nice.
you know, double taking on who's in and who's on which team. It took a while.
There's so many. Make sure you switch the names too.
Oh my god.
Bombers. Oh, look at that lineup.
I didn't even spell Tater, I said Totters. Same thing. It's Tater Totters. Let's go. So Reed is in still. Yuno is in. Upwards will be coming in for blue. No, actually, IQ is coming out. Never mind, controller stops having stick drift, and I'll be able to switch some people. Looks like. Oh my goodness, I'm cursed. Upwards is it upwards? Yeah, upwards is coming in for IQ. Well, Emmy stays in, but Frosty does come in for Asbelia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I promise it's not my intention.
I don't know how else you would say that. I think that's how you say it.
I hope. I'm bad at pronunciations usually.
I know, me too.
It's like blue. Oh, instead of having Citizen on main, they would have Blue Tiger. I think Blue Tiger is gonna main tank. Okay, KF is coming in. Insane. Brady is coming in now for Reindeer. Is it Reindeer? Yeah, Reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
I was fun to see him play for a bit, even though it was a short time. Is Flippy coming out? Flippy is coming out. Oh, Insane is actually staying in, but he's going to support this time. Bye Flippy. It was fun to wait. Is Flippy staying in? Sad. It was fun to see Flippy play while it lasted. And that should be all the swaps, unless I just completely missed a person. Reed is in, Yuno is in, Upwards is in, Blue is in, Frosty is in, Emmy is in. That's good. And that should be good. And I shall give it back to you.
Alrighty.
Here you go, and now we shall. I forgot to say with lineup, but nice job, Xavier.
Alright, Hanamura. Let us go.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Time to have fun with our favorite 2CP, which is unfun.
Initiating match.
I wonder if we'll see a double shield.
Do you think we'll see Bastion?
Well, I don't think so, unless it's like a last effort, like a last minute effort. We might see it, I don't know. Maybe Boomers will opt to Bastion first start? But I think they'll just run the typical brawl with May, Mikiri, or May Reaper. Or, sorry, wait, double shield? Uh-oh, Orisa, Ryan, haven't seen this in a long time. The horse is getting some love today.
I love the horse.
The horse is fun sometimes. Because Fortify is, yeah, I pop Fortify, I walk at you, you can't do damage to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, I take reduce your damage by I think 50%? I think it's 50%.
I think so, yeah. Something like that.
Or Taters will be opting with a TP strategy, right? It'll be interesting to see how Ratty will try and get a wall off, since they'll be TPing instantly to point. Either they'll probably TP to point or TP to high ground, as Ratty will try and look for an early wall on the run. Maybe they'll walk in first, who knows? Instead of going right, they go left. Not the standard way, but I mean, it dodged the fire strike. As Reese tried to pin K2, but missed. TP to the top left high ground as they're all walking. It did take some time for them to get back to point before. It did take some time to get there, but it was fun as Boomers are setting up. I completely forgot what teams was which at the moment. I had a brain for this. But it looks like Tater is getting the better of them, finding 3 picks already. It's just Bap, Brian, and Orisa, as Orisa already used Whatever, and we'll fall to Sim. As Blue will clean up the rest of the 2 with the help of Reinhardt. And a little assist from Lucio there in the corner. I wonder how Reed will play this since he has Shadow. I wonder if he'll play aggressive or will he play passive? As they have now been spotted out going left side, Boomers will now make their rotation that way. So it's time to either they use the wall to like buy time or they miss the wall. Because the window fire strike did get some value as it got Ferocity. Manila also finds the blue and K2 finds as well. Rad does pick up his own kill as he picks off Emmy. Cassie is 100% a warrior name. Understandable. Looks like they're gonna go top right, and they might do top right and teleport on top of point here. They have a lot of options, but since Boomers is running Ryan and Arista, they have a more solid just wherever they want to set up, they can just do it. With Ryan, they have a lot of presence. Already trying to buy some time with the wall, but to no avail as Taters will just walk right past or walk the other way past it. They'll drop on point and will mark their territory for a bit. As Ratty has found himself in the backline, top right, shooting the TP. Bree does find himself dying, unfortunately, but they do pick up 2 takes, and they might pick up a 3rd if no one can test. And Blue with the 5K?
Oh my goodness! Blue! Leave them alone! Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. Wow.
It was questionable that Boomers gave up 2 ticks, but it was fine since they got Reed and they were about to push on the point, but Blue just watching and waiting to bite his time with the Death Blossom just gets 5 with it.
About to say, I don't know if they want to keep sticking on the sim, because normally once the sim doesn't work one time you swap, but it seems to have not mattered.
It just clicked for them. Yeah, it just clicked for them at that point. Oh, we got the double shield Bastion! Here we go!
Oh, see, what did I say? I thought
it'd be like a last effort opportunity, but I guess not. I wonder where they'll set up, because since Taters used the TP last round, I wonder if they'll think that Boomers will use the TP this round. But it looks like they're gonna be setting up on point. Sig just had this post up on point, and the rest is coming over. Yep, they're just gonna set up on point with their Bastion top right, or top left. Soldier will be sitting top. Soldier's on high ground, just waiting.
5, 4, 3,
As instead of running Reaper, or I think it was Reaper, I don't even know who the other DPS was, but instead of running whoever the other DPS was, Brady decides to run Pharmacy. Which is a pretty good pick against Sebastian, as long as he can play around blue. Upward is biding his time, but instead they DP'd right to where the Bastion was, and Bastion does find a pick. Alright, does find blue though, and it could go either way as the sim is just charging off of him. He does fall, as it is now a 4v4, or a 5v4, no, a 4v4. As Boomers will now start to walk on the point, trying to look for any angle they can get, as Sim is now charged up, just microwaving down shields. It's like Boomers will now take onto the point, as now we have Blue coming back, actually. Main trying to kill Baptiste, forcing out the immortality, but is now sitting behind their team. But unfortunately, you know, Nemi been picked off. This may go into out. Well, Manila, Riley, and KF just find 3 kills at the end of the fight. And at this point, Upwards is trickling in, but he did get a kill, which will have to halt the Boomers advance for a bit, but never mind, Rez is burned for it. Looks like they can now just proceed as normal. Blue now, instead of now switching off the Soldier to the Reaper. I wonder how the Reaper will get value into double shoulder. Maybe it will get value since Red has to walk into them to swing. But then again, they might just TP out to point like what Taters did. They're waiting. The Sim is trying to get a cheeky TP. She does get it. As Soldier's trying to take the high ground. He will be able to get the high ground that everyone has dropped. But looks like Upward has found Manila, but Blue is also picked up by Tiger, and Red has also found Emmy. The shadow coming out is also pretty big, as it's knocking down 3 on their backs. Unfortunately, Rich has died with Bongo, and looks like Boomers will take the point, but not without a little bit of contest coming from Taters. Jason falls, and Emmy does fall, and
wow,
10-second difference.
Whew.
Okay, this is turning into a good match.
This is a good one.
score 2-2.
Sim turrets go burr, you know?
True.
It just be like that.
I wonder how both teams will respond to this. Now with Taters now having only 10 seconds less than Boomers, I wonder what strategy they're up for. Maybe a TP, maybe a full-on just rush.
Do you think they're both gonna TP again?
Dive? Probably, since it works so strongly on both sides.
I feel like it's so hard. This game's what, 5, 6 years old? Everybody knows you're gonna TP on this map, so I feel like sometimes it's so hard to get it off, you know?
Yeah. Oh, looks like Boom is opting for the double shield again, but this time with the junk Pharah just to prevent such a TP from happening. Junk spam with Pharah spam, you're asking to get 2-tapped at this point. Zucker can already 2-tap you, and if his buff does go through, he will start 1-tapping you. And it's not fun.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So Taters will be doing their right side rotation, but this time they're looking to TP maybe on the point here. And they TP right past the team and go right on the point. They set up their sim turns, but Frosty has unfortunately been picked off. Looks like Tiger is looking a little bit low, but maybe will survive due thanks to the immortality and a little bit of support from this Reinhardt. Blue does find Ratty, but maybe he's looking for more. He's getting greedy. He finds the Baptiste. He's looking for more. Does he? Oh, he tried to get the cheeky TP out. It didn't work. But it looks like Taters will be resetting and figuring out their next strategy, but not without some will not without the fire coming back from their spawn or Boomer spawn. They'll have some time to do what they need to for the next 5 seconds, I believe? I don't know how far. Never mind, Ratty's already back. Instead of there's like a TP high ground, I think someone's gonna walk into the trap, and they do. This junk unfortunately dropped from high ground, so he couldn't do anything about it. Frosty maybe picked off again. No, he had to use the game more next time. You know, it does pick off Trill, but Riley does find Frosty, and Breeze has been killed by the KF. But, it's like it's just it's 3v1 right now, with Arista unfortunately falling. That fight actually was gonna go, it looked like it was gonna go both ways, and then you just saw Blue upwards and, you know, just do what they did. But looks like, looking at the ult economy here from both teams, it looks like Boomers will have the advantage, coming up with almost 6 ult, while Tater are coming up with only about 4? No, about 5. You could have brothers ult pretty fast, but upwards may take a little bit of time since he's not going to be close to the Junkrat decided to do for a cheeky jump, maybe a one-tap kill on the Baptiste. Doesn't find them. Blue does find the Junkrat, and the far got no avail. As Blue spinning around in the back, he finds a 1. Yellow does find KF. Blue Tiger will fall. The Fire will try and contest, but will die, unfortunately. Upwards does die. Blue does keep out of it just in time. It's like the Mercy unfortunately got pushed off a point because of the bomb. Okay, for the 5-minute chatter at the end of the map. Let's see how Boomers now use their 10 seconds more than Taters to break through whatever Tater's gonna throw at them. And hopefully Upwards does look down whenever he's getting beaten by a Symmetra, because that was just funny to watch. As Symmetra just beamed him down, and he didn't look.
Too many things happening at once, you know?
True.
Ready for battle.
Looks like
there's the Bastion.
Looks like Boom is opting for the brawl with the Bastion. I think they TP him high ground and just have him have his way up there, or the top right window of point. Taters will be running the Torb Symmetra. I wonder what the Symmetra will be getting value out of from here. Well, I mean, she can do whatever she needs to do since you're on defense, but like, I wonder. Okay, she just put her TP in from spawn. That's it. I thought we were gonna see him cheeky put like a Torb on high ground. I guess not. I do wonder. It looks like just like Tater's gonna play point here and just to try and deny the existence of cheating the point. It looks like I think Boom. Oh my goodness, we do this all day. Boomers might opt for going top left and thinking, oh, well, never mind. They decided not to opt for the Bastion instead for the Reaper. Both teams are just sizing each other up as they're poking each other. Tiger is looking for a break on Sig's shield as Sig does pull it away. Yuno does find the pick on the Manila. Trill may waste a red. No, Trill died unfortunately. I think with the Ratty. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, wait. Where did Trill die? Did Trill die in the back with the Ratty? That's unfortunate if he did. Looks like Boomers is having a tough time breaking through, but they are getting their share of picks. Wait, no, Taters. Same thing. I'm okay. I'm mildly confused, but we don't talk about it. Looks like Boomer's having a tough time breaking through what Taters have to offer on this defense point. The window does come out, but Upwards does find Manila. KF does unfortunately get booped up and misses his shatter. While Breeder turned Shatter, I don't think he shattered anything. Unless he shattered someone and they died instantly. But both shatters have been expanded. Manila has switched the soldier instead of the Symmetra for more burst damage. Window was used for Boomers, and Window is still up for Taters. I want to see how they decide to use the window here. Will they combo it with Sigflux? The combo it with Torball? What will they do? They have many options here. But Taters does have Taters does have 5 ults coming out, while Boomers only have 1 or 2, with Ratty and Trill being the only 2 with ults. But Wall and Flux comes out for both Taters, and Wall does get value. The Flux not so much, but if Ratty can touch point here, we'll have to unfortunately make a miracle happen, but we'll fall, unfortunately. As Insane does touch point, but it does kind of fall to the right entrance miniature. I don't think anyone else will touch the point from here on, and that will be Tater's map.
Play of the game.
And it will be Blue taking his little 5k.
Goodness gracious.
Sheesh.
Epic.
Right.
Series is actually turning out to be really fun. Wow. Such teams have such vigor. But only one will win. I wonder who. Oh, this part's not sitting well with me. And be like that sometimes. Next map is the infamous Rialto. A map where Lucio reigns king alongside Ilios.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong, Kirby. Blue has had some outstanding moments from when he's been put in from, I think, the second map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from when he's been putting the second map till now, he has been performing well. And that's to keep it consistently across 3 maps in a row. I gotta give you that's props.
Mm-hmm.
That is hard to
Absolutely.
do sometimes. I don't have nitro, so you guys can just have this. Xavier taking 5 years as usual.
Did somebody leave?
I think it was.
Uh-oh.
It was. It wasn't Citizen. It was. Why am I drawing a blank here?
Oh, was it Flanagan? They're a spec all right now.
I probably was funny again.
What team? Oh goodness, I forgot.
Taters.
There's so many people. Thank you.
He's on Tater. It's okay, it happens.
Oh my goodness. Give this back to you.
We're still taking 5 years as usual.
He's got a lot of people.
True. So K2 is staying in. Insane is coming in now. Oh wait, no, Insane's already in. He's just going to tank.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Tiger's going out for jokingly. I'll put you back down here so I can switch you in Insane. Deer is coming in. On DPS actually for Manila. And they'll be keeping. That's it. Deer on DPS. Oh, this will be fun to watch. Wait, imagine coming back to the stream and not knowing what the score was.
Wow. I can't believe you're being Origination right now. That's honestly crazy. It's not like you're being rude.
What do you mean?
It's not like you're
There's
being
no
rude.
hostility in my voice. Sarita's staying in, Slinging staying in, Blue is staying in, Simple is coming in. For upwards, Frosty and Emmy are staying in, and we switch sides, correct? I don't remember. I'm kinda slow on the uptake. I'm going to Rialto. I want to see what Lucio gets the best amount of boops here. So Frosty is in, Emmy is in, Blue is in, IQ is in, Blaine is in, and Reed is in. And Richard's K2 is in, Insane is in, Ratty is in, Deer is in, jokingly, and Chill. And we switch sides, correct? Or
Yes. Switch sides.
swap? Gotta swap everything again. Red. Red. That's it. I'll double check to see who's on whose roster again, because I always forget. So Manila, Tiger, Flippy, and Citizen, and
Make sure you fix Tater's spectators.
I did.
They
Oh
just
no,
got-
Yuno came back. Never mind. Yeah, Kitty and Yuno just came back. I just realized. Taters. I believe this should be correct. Almost left the game. Oh my god! I almost pressed the wrong button. Almost fat fingered there.
We have it ready from Taters.
Let's see if we get it ready from.
Oh, there we go.
Ratty has given it ready. I'll give you back the lead.
Okay.
Shall have fun.
Alright, let's go.
This will either be the last map, or this will go to a. This will either be the last map, or this will go to the tiebreaker map.
Welcome to Rialto.
This is one of those games where I'm like, it's so easy for there to definitely be a map 5.
Yeah.
Both these teams are playing so well.
Initiating
Alright, so I wonder if I'm going to see a Doomfist on this map. I hope I see a Doomfist on this map.
This is a good Doomfist map.
I'm struggling to open these Sour Patch straws, oh my goodness. Not having nails is a blessing and a curse.
ready for battle.
No,
we're
Doomfist.
seeing Ball Hog coming out from Taters with Zen Mercy. Also following up with the Krieg May, and we coming out with a standard just regular the regular rush coming out from Boomers. I wonder how they'll be able to play around the Ball Hog, as Ball Hog specialty is to create chaos, and creating chaos against Rush is kind of like shutting it down. No way, at least. I'm sad to see Tater's in an opt out of Lucio, just for the boops. But Ball also counts. Ball does get frozen though, but will still find his way out. But IQ and Blue will fall with both tanks of Boomers. And deal with a long range snipe on the Mercy. Breeds also falls, unfortunately, to the run. To the Lucio, actually, my bad.
Get into position.
Looks like we will be waiting to see. Looks like it does look like they're gonna. Looks like it does look like Taser will opt to stay the ball, as he does die, and K2 does also die, leading in a 5v5 situation. Yep, it's a 4v5 now with Blue taking off trail. As Flame does decide to switch off from ball and instead now go Zarya. As Blue is now finding pick after pick right now. This is already on 4. This man has found 5. Will he get the echo? I don't think so. Unfortunate. The man is being denied kills. Unlucky, but that happened. I want to see how he uses sign in here. Since Echo's also coming up on her copy, when they also have Mail and Chatter now. Well, Tater's also coming up on 3 ults, which would be Dapple, and Dapple, Zen, actually pretty close to Zarya, not Zarya, Mail. Let's see if K2 will try and bait the shot. He'll try and probably, he didn't get quite the angle. He does shot the shot, unfortunately. He will not live, which is unfortunate. What the Spirits does come out because Mail came out. Right, Deer does get pinned. But it does look like Insane is kind of just walking through the enemy team. He doesn't have bubble anymore. He unfortunately does fall. Deer is pretty low, but he does manage to live around being frozen. Blue does find the Moira. As looks like Tater has turned this right around. They will get out without Zarya, and they will be able to. Never mind. I retract my statement. She will not get out because Blue is on the hunt for people right now. Even though Trans was used in the last fight, Frosty already has another Trans. That is commendable. Looks like Mail, Shatter, and Blue. Okay, Blue. I think you need to stop. I need to talk before you get a kill. We find another kill with now Tater sitting at 5 ults. I wonder how they'll use this properly. Well, also Boomers are also coming up on 6 ults, but it'll take a little while for at least May to get online. Ryan will be able to get it all pretty easily. If they're fast enough, they might be able to pick up Simple here, as he does make a nice move. The grab comes out, the high nuke comes out, plus the grab. Plus
oh my goodness, so many ults.
Wow. Ryan from the Duke comes in, pinning no one, unfortunately. I think he's looking for the Dari. Ratty does get the freeze off before getting stunned.
And Blue does finally go down.
Amidst all the chaos, it looks like Tater's just turning this right back around. He does have another shattering both Zen and May on point. Zen does die unfortunately, but May does to the help of immortality and Ice Wall. Blue looking for a pick on the run, but unfortunately will fall to Roddy as he does roll and try to get the double fan hammer. Window comes out for Tater's, but I know the pick was cut off. The grab comes out also for Tater's, but Ryan unfortunately does die. making Flame have to walk in and try and get something out of it, and unfortunately he does not. It's like this first point will go. This first point, without consequences, would go to. Or sorry, without a hard fought victory, goes to Boomers. Looks like they'll be resetting her up. I think Frosty will be switching to Mercy here as they have far. What's they gonna do? Is that never? Wait, Frosty goes on. I think Emmy's gonna go Mercy then. Yes, Emmy does go Mercy as we're switching to Mercy with Blue coming up on another high noon. And but Flame also is getting another shatter. Or sorry, Flame is getting another grab. Echo seriously won, but I don't think she will get picked off thanks to both her supports.
This will heal you.
Excuse me, I had to let my dog back in. I'm back though. Lightning does come in. As the kid finally pick, but the grab comes in and the shadow coming out from the Duke echo off of the pin. It's more Reindeer finding some great value here with the Duke off of the grab with the assist from Insane. Doom is stalling for as much as he can. I don't think he'll be stalling for long as he is unfortunately sitting back to spawn. And it'll be staggered a little bit more and following Tater. Their half spawn or their 5 spawning in old spawn.
Ranger's just doing so much on this echo.
True. Unfortunately, Reddy does try and eagle duel blue, but unfortunately falls. They know them right and they're starting to walk in as they want to and decide this is the fight they want to take. Deer recharges in. He does get to pick on the Lucio as Simple and Blue will also pick up the Zarya and Moira. Looks like Grab, Shatter, High Noon, Dumo is also about to come up, almost available for Taters, as Shatter on the other side, plus Visor and Moira is also available. Looks like the Grab comes out first, so it comes to High Noon. We got the Moira out of Coalescence. The Visor, they got 1, they got 2. It just looks like this in favor of the Boomers. They got, looks like re-chatted Lucio, but looks like Righty is having his fun in the backline, being uncontested as he's just walking around. And looks like Righty was able to clean up Lucio, and Boomers are able to clean up the run too. Leading only IQ has an almost available on the Tater, but also Emmy's also coming up on their own. Looks like Shatter and Grab are coming up for on Boomers. I wonder if Emmy will be able to get beat in time for Grab. IQ just barely got all in time. He's going for the back line. He finds no avail. But Ryan is 1. He does find Ryan, and he's looking for more. As everyone on the Taters is low. Your copies Lucio. The grab does come out for a moment. It does get 3, but no one got picked off. Reed did pin the Echo. It could go either way, as Lucio is anti and 1, and does eventually fall to 3. As Simple also falls. Simple picks up 2 onto the Moira. And dear, Zarya. Will Zarya actually get out with charge here? If she does, that'll be big. Then I can probably recontest. If Zarya does not die, they can probably get a recontest. Unfortunately, Zarya has died. Sure got back. He got booted back by Emmy and then finished off by Radiant. It's like Deer did touch point by switching to Somber, but will unfortunately die as he got anted. And so Raddy almost got the pick off Frosty with the Visor. Then it comes out, and it looks like Taters have won this fight or won this round, stopping Boomers just before they got there.
Score 0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
I wonder what oh goodness. I wonder what Taters will do for their offense here. Will they opt for the same thing that Boomers did with their standard rush, or will they do something else like double shield? Maybe even some Versal Hog. Temple you don't see every day, but pulled pork would be very interesting to see here.
Ready.
Looks like moves be
Both
opting
teams
with
ride ball.
Seems the Ryan Ball, interesting. The Briggs then. I don't think that'll be enough feeling for the right, never mind. Or it'll be on a Zen. High front line, high burst potential damage coming from the Discord. With a blue on the Tracer and IQ on the Widow. And Deer is running his fashionable Echo as usual, and Ratty on Soldier. With the standard rush, but just with Ball. I wonder if Ball will go for a cheeky boop here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And Rob, as their ball, as Insane does get spotted by both Blue and Flame. He's looking for a slam as he made the run, turn around, and he got K2 and KF got answered right away in response. Sleep Guy was missing, unfortunately, as Reed pushes it. He pins in but gets booped away by Trill and might die for it. He does, unfortunately. As Ryan is now behind and just swinging through the hills. He got 2 picks for now. IQ did get a Ratty though in response. But IQ may fall here thanks to the ball, but the Mega was there just in time, but Insane knocked himself off along with Simple. Unfortunate, but it probably wasn't his intention, but it sometimes happens. K really has to watch these antis because if one of them gets landed and he's in a battle, he's pretty much dead. But with no Zarya to cleanse such a disc or anti. Like Ratty will be instead opting for the Sombra as Shadow comes out for Chaos gets none and the Shadow comes out for Ridge gets 2, but no one dies off of that. Ratty is able to find the ball in the back line. Echo is just looking for some poke pressure, almost coming up on Dude. Reed is taking a lot of damage in the back as Dude decides to get Nano and he just decides to walk in and do as he pleases with his Nano.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Deer decides to switch into Soldier and decides to wreak havoc on their back line. As he is close up. Nope, Dude decided to knock him out of his ult before he could get Visor off. Both balls are slamming on point. Looks like Tater's ball kind of got more value because his team was around a little bit more. But then his team did stall for a good amount of time for his team to come back. Jokumi also did stall a little bit, but he unfortunately did get staggered. He might not come back in time for this fight to commence, since Tater's is 2 seconds in the car and it's going a little bit faster than normal. He does find 2 with his Blossom, and he's looking for a 3rd. Will he get it? Or will he get stolen from him again? Doesn't look like he'll get the kill, but it looks like he'll try, but he just has to Wraith out instead to play his life. This player is looking for some chaos in the back. But he decides it is now time to make sure I don't die. Like he'll be going in for a slam. He's going from top. He looks like he'll be going from high ground to make a slam. I think Summer's also waiting for him. Summer does decide, and Summer does spot him out. Unfortunately, the guy to go for a slam. He unfortunately walked in the mines that he did not know that they were played. Frosty, I think was knocked off, or he jumped off.
I think they just backed up, unfortunately.
It happened. It's like Reed knows he has no support, but he's still trying to insist on not giving this run any space, which is good because Ilana came back and does have sights on him. As well as rolling through looking for some tiny little poke damage. Reed is looking for a shadow here, as so is KF. Liver Ren decides to drop the shield, and looks like it'll be Reed who gets the better out of it. Looks like I think. No, I don't think KF will wash out of here. I mean, he just
Oh my
has not
goodness,
to.
Blue.
Blue is just walking through, getting the resources the DPS gets. He got Nano and just said, yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna walk my stick up and just hold R2. And he has another Blossom now. He has to play careful. Both these stones that the enemy team has with 3 counting Shatter since last time he bossed and he got solo shattered. I think it was on last month where he got solo shattered, unfortunately, or it was 2 months. I don't remember. So he got solo shattered. Oh, and unfortunately, KF died really early there, but it was like Taters will find the value with their ults. Oh, using one to get to this point.
That was such a big EMP, but there was nobody there to capitalize on it, unfortunately.
Yeah, if only KF survived for like 2 seconds longer, he could have got a big shatter off. And I think at that point would have just flipped. But KF will be looking for a shatter here most likely, as Tater has 4, almost gonna have 4 ults right now. Rally is expended to make sure no one dies to the ball. Ball unfortunately dies due to being stunned and then just throw down my Reaper. KF finds 3 on the ground. He says to boop the run and see if he can get a pick. He can line in, but unfortunately he doesn't. Deer does get 2 though on the opposite end, I think both DPS are dead right now? Yeah, both DPS are dead for Taters. We'll be trying to push the advantage here, but will unfortunately be shattered by Deer. And the grab from Flame was questionable there, as no one was over there. But even though KF got some picks in the back, it's still a 3v4. It's going either way, but it looks like Tater said that back out, regroup and get a counter fight. I won't call Flame out for that grab, but that grab though was kind of. Let's see how Blue decides to ult pass now a creep flash in, honestly. But he will get nano if they time it. If they do decide to discuss it. Friday is looking for a flank shatter. Oh, never. The flank tire decides to say, yeah, I'll kill the Reapers. Nano, alright. That's a good way to stop almost 2 ults. A 1 ult for 1, and you kill that Nano Reaper. I say that's a good trade in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with solo ulting, especially if it's Blue right now, if you're boomers. Blue is just doing the most.
So he gets an anti, but he does still live. As Insane does walk into the team and does finally pick up the Ana, forcing Taters to wait a few more seconds to wait for Ana to come back. Oh, allergies are so fun. They're coming in now more times. It's like Reed's hung up on a shadow while KF already has his. He may be looking for a shadow this fight. As both teams are just poking each other as the flash on Reed does connect and the grab comes out and it looks like he'll be sending Tater's packing.
This will heal you.
Tater still have now 3 ults coming up. As Ana is about to come up in like the next few seconds, as it just did. Boomers also have 2, with the 1 also coming up. Well, Junkrat probably be able to like end this fight probably. I want to see how they combo. He shatters their back now, and it goes back and forth. And Blue gets 3, he gets 4 off the back. Looks like it'll be a TK. I don't think it's the end of the map. I don't think they're able to push in time. Unless Flame gets his grab. Unless Flame gets his grab in like the next 2 seconds, I don't think they'll be able to hold. Or they'll be able to not. Be able to make sure they don't contest. I think they do contest.
Oh,
and it looks
3
like,
really good picks.
And it looks like Boomer's forced a
map 5.
Oh my
I'm so
goodness.
excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow. This is so much fun. Let's go.
It really is.
Gosh, just really great DPS plays today.
True. The Deer pinned into the shadow was big. Also, Hugo, it is 2-2 right now.
I just fixed it. That skin is so good, Sodomia. I agree. A great skin. That is funny how Echo works, huh? Even if you are ineligible on tank, you just dupe a tank.
Easy peasy.
Echo is balanced. Nothing wrong. Oh, I'm so excited for map 5. I believe it's Busan.
Busan, the interesting map.
Let me double check that, but I'm almost positive. It is. Tiebreaker Busan.
Here we go. The hit or miss map. Who will take the Winners' Cup here today? Winners'
Oh, I'm
Cup
so
winners.
excited. I love map 5s. Not when I'm playing them, because then it's like too much pressure, but watching them is fun.
True. Sometimes I sit back and rewatch the old Overwatch League games just for the fun of it, just to see
Yeah,
the
just for
trolls go
funsies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Overwatch League team? There we go.
It used to be It used to be New York Excelsior.
Okay.
Because one of my favorite players used to play it, which was Pine. He did unfortunately retire and came back to the league. I think this year he did. But I think my current team right now, San Francisco Shock, even though they fell off and most of them are gone, I still think Shock has a chance to win this season.
I think so too. I'm a Glads fan, which is upsetting because they're terrible. They got a lot of people this year though, and then I'm also a New York Excelsior fan by default because I'm a New Yorker, so I kind of have to, but in my heart, I'm a Glads fan. But that's because I liked Big Goose, who's not there anymore, so I don't know why I stuck with the idea that I'm a Glads fan because my favorite player isn't there anymore. But
you're gonna try out of tank in tier 3 Echo. Makes sense.
I know. Kirby said, I mentioned that about Bleem last year. Every time Bleem used Echo Ult, he duplicated Zarya, and I would sit there and make sure that's fair. It's really not, you know? Echo is crazy. How is Echo allowed to exist? The craziest ult ever.
Echo is unfair.
Honestly.
I do feel bad for Emmy, as they were running away, and unfortunately, Deer did land all his sticky, and they died. I was like, ooh.
I know. Emmy is doing so much in these games, though. Same with Frosty right now. These supports.
Very true, even though they are getting bullied sometimes, but they are doing their best.
I apologize for having to mute myself every 5 seconds to cough.
What happens?
I don't want to cough right in my mic. I just can't imagine that being very enjoyable.
It happens, don't worry.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing a terrible job. I forgot to make you owner again. There you go.
I wish Doomfist got a buff.
What? What kind of buff?
I don't know, just a buff that would make him viable again.
Any buff? No, I hate Doomfist.
Doomfist is a character that you would hate going in, but it's so fun to play.
I think I hate Doomfist so much because I can't play them and I have a hard time avoiding them. So I'm just like, yeah, I hate Doomfist.
Understandable.
I used to hate Zarya too until I played Zarya in a Total Mayhem map, and I was like, yeah, this is it. Zarya is it. Now I love Zarya.
It's bubble off cooldown.
Mm-hmm. It's the best. I want to go to sleep, but it's map 5. Let's go rosters in. I know. We're waiting. Just slam uppercut from the high ground? Okay, I'll take notes. Easy. I can't. I don't really play DPS anyway. But
I play
my
DPS
soldier
for fun.
do be kind of clean.
Alright, when we gotta see the Moose Soldier. I wanna see it.
Oh, you don't, I promise. It's really not good. By kind of clean, I mean really bad.
No, I doubt that.
By my diva, though, I might be the best diva in the league, but nobody can know that. So don't tell anyone.
But you just said it on the stream.
No, I didn't. Just don't tell anyone.
Okay.
It's top secret.
Top secret, alright.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nobody
I
can
see.
know how good my diva is. It's simply too strong.
Understood. Yes, it is map 5 nation.
Yeah, map 5, map 5. I'm excited. We're waiting for lineups. It's taking forever. That's alright. It's only, you know, almost 11 p.m. We're hyped. We out here. I feel bad for the EU people on boomers. Sorry, y'all. It's what? It's 4 in the morning for them right now.
Oh, it's 4. Jesus.
Yeah. Good
Oh
morning.
yeah, because at 8 it's 1, and then okay.
Yeah.
Drax. If you call him Drax again, I'm gonna fight you.
I know.
He called it Drax again.
It's Citizen.
Reeds is in. Blaine is going to support
4
now.
a.m. here. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Y'all are built different. EU gamers, y'all are built different. I respect it.
So for boomers, it'll be.
All I can think about right now is how bad I want to play Dead by Daylight after this.
I quit Dead by Daylight. I don't like it too much.
I
may get back
quit
into
for a
it, but
long
it's like hit or
time.
miss.
Can I be the best silver in the league? Absolutely, Audacity. You are the best silver in any league.
So Insane will be coming in as well for KF. Ratty is staying in, Deer staying in, Skrilla staying in, and Jokingly coming back in.
I am not shocked at these lineups.
Oh wait, Jokingly's already in. No, we didn't talk about that. Citizen is in, Insane is in, and the Grace got the same out after that. Reeds, Kitty, Blue, Upwards, Shoya, and Flakin are all in, and we'll be switching that to Busan.
I feel like this is one of those games where we're gonna have a hard time picking MVPs because there's just so many really great players.
True. Alrighty. Here we go.
Alright. We got readies from both, yes? Ready? Yes, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Map 5. I'm excited.
Now traveling to Busan.
Imagine being sleepy. What
I'm
is
pretty
this?
sleepy.
I'm wide awake.
I respect. I'm old though. It's hard being old.
I'm 18.
I'm talking about me. It's hard for me. I'm sleepy. Being 40 is hard. Just kidding.
Understandable.
Ready for
It's like most usually opting for the standard rush. Yeah, it looks like they're both opting with the standard rush, but interesting DPS choices here for Taters. With the Junk Reaper having a lot of spam and frontline damage, and Boomer's opting for the little freeze action with the May Reaper.
I really like May Reaper. I really like it.
May Reaper is a case for that. Hey, you want to play the game? Nah, you're good.
Nah.
round one.
Alright, let's see how they do here. Most like both teams will take the top high ground, and let's see what they do from there. They will score. They're both on the red side. They are now scoring off. The wall comes out pretty early, but doesn't get anyone. Right, the Summontator's numbers fall pretty low, and Reed just pins in like no one cares. Yeah, they get the pick on Citizen, and they just start walking their way to point. As they also get the pick on Throw. Blue finds Joking, as it is now a 3-on-6. Sorry will be trying her best to hold this point, but unfortunately will be falling very soon. Kitty does get D-Mac thanks to Citizen, but unfortunately the numbers of Tater seem to prevail here, as they will take the point. And it'll be the first to establish themselves here. With Reed's also having Shadow already before Citizen. But Citizen will most likely build up his Shadow pretty quickly in response. I wonder if to do some nano. I don't want to do some nano run action as they decide to not go top right, but go top left instead, and just immediately take the point. Shatter comes out, and that is a 5-man Shatter. Citizen does pin the Lucio, but unfortunately his whole team is unfortunately dead. That will result in a team kill.
Wow.
Just wow.
Wow.
Just the perception on Reed to just find out that Citizen wasn't holding his shield properly and the right angle and just shattered 5. They'll be taking top left, or no, instead they'll be going under and trying to just instead initiate on the point. The wall does come out, as a tire does come out in recognition. For a few picks, looking to get runner, and it does. Blue comes out in response. Ratty does find Choya, and Reed also dies, but Upwards does find a Ratty as a Theo does come out and knocks Zarya back as she goes off the map. And it looks like Taters will again hold this point. But not without having to expand some ults on that fight. As Ranger does switch off to the Rat. What I'm calling Junkrat. Switch off to Junkrat. As they do have Shattered Grab and Frost and Ball also coming up on speed. Deals beat from Tater as Frost comes up. Tater? Yeah, Tater. As Blue does get pinned and they respond with their own ball and Blue respond with their own boss of their own. Upwards does get Nano and is walking towards Zarya trying to literally 2-tap her, but unfortunately no good as Bubble is pretty strong. And looks like Boomers will take this map, or take this point back. After finally finding their groove. Oh my goodness. Looks like they'll be opting to take the top left, the top right option instead of going left or bottom like Tater or Boomers did. They will instead be trying to take out the group. They'll try to take the brunt of the hardest difficult path back to go through since Junkrat is now here and Deer already has the ultimate. There it goes, it's coming through. As it looks like Deer is looking for. It looks like Deer went straight for Reaper and it looks like Blue and Tater. He DMAX and kills Blue. Ratty also stealing Deer's kill, even though Deer does fall, unfortunately. But not without making Taters rethink the strategy of going top right instead to go top left. He touched Shatter as he does get 2 on the ground. But of course, Uppers wanted to instead of getting Reaver, he wanted to get the big brain, he wanted the big box kill as he Blue comes over and helps him first. Deer gets joking as Shane steals the last of the kills and kills Deer, but that will unfortunately be the end of the round. Because no one else can touch.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
Yeah, I was texting with my team chat, but unfortunately, the game's already about to start, so let's do that. It's like, Tater will be adapting the same comp as Boomers decided to go with the Grind Ball, Pharah, but no pocket, but with the Sombra as well. This would be interesting. Pharah without no pocket is pretty iffy, as she doesn't have that, you know, that two tap damage potential as she would usually have. This will be interesting as Deer does go, as Blue decides to go for Ratty and does find him with the help of Kitty. And Shane does go to sleep in the back one. But he does find himself getting hacked, but he will not be followed up upon as he is sitting safely behind the wall of the point. And looks like Tater will take this map. Or, oh my goodness, will take this point pretty easily after taking out the first wave. Defense. As they start taking staggers now, pushing past the choke. Should have pulled him. And I think now they decided to hold high ground and just relax. They now notice that the Tracer's behind them and they just have to poke her out, and she decides to dip. Somber's on high. I think she's gonna look for a high cover demon. No, unfortunately. Looks like Boomer decided to take the initiative and walk in. Reeds does have Shatter, and I think Citizen does know this, so he's trying to be really passive about it. He shattered from Narnia. It got nothing, but it got the pressure that he needed. As now, Boomer will be now following up with their ults. They're coming out with the EMP, message, and Mines, and it does get a lot of value as they now take the point back. Trying to assert their dominance now into this game. Or into this point, whatever, same thing.
You just want it to be over with, I get it.
I actually like doing it. I'm just not used to doing it. So I'm kind of stammering, I'm kind of stumbling my words.
That's alright.
Looks like Ratty unfortunately finds the end of Upward's Junkrat mine and dies, while Tater will walk their way to the point and do their best to take it, as unfortunately Citizen does go off the map, but does take away with him. Beat does come out for Taters. They also dropped bomb, and Shalina somehow got insane off the map by moving him. But even with Oswald Crazy, it looks like Tater will win this point. As Run Pindon and unfortunately dies, it just looks like she's gonna do her best to build up all and poke as much as she can before leaving. Right now we reset the process of Tater's having point control for a bit. As Tracer, it looks like she's gonna try and look for a flank on their Ana. Their Ana is pretty well protected, as Diva is kind of babysitting her. It looks like he's gonna go for a Blossom, 100%. I don't think he knows that they went right, because he went left. Maybe? He got the heck on the Junkrat, but he didn't. He's not gonna die. Unfortunately, Ratty does again. I think he slept and then died, and then Blue out of nowhere gets 3 kills again. Blue, he gets 4, okay. I think that's the end of it.
I don't think anybody can touch.
That's unfortunate. They just will take this map decisively.
What a fun game.
It was very up and down. Both teams could have won, and looks like Taters have taken it. Five-man shatter coming out from Reed was pretty amazing. I am quite impressed with both teams. That was some very great gameplay.
That was incredibly good showing from everybody on both teams, yeah. I asked them for MVP noms. Okay, we have Insane and Ratty for Taters. Okay. I have my opinions on MVP, but I'll wait until...
I also have my opinion.
I'll wait until we get noms from both. And Blue and Emmy for Boomers. Okay. I think for me, and you please feel free to disagree, that is okay. I will not be upset with you. I think, so tank is kind of harder for me to decide, but I think for DPS, for sure Blue. As much as I appreciate how well Ratty and Reindeer and Manila and all of them played, they all played incredibly well. Just, we said Blue's name like every 4 seconds. I feel like it has to be Blue. And then I think Emmy for support. But I'll let you. What are you thinking?
Well, for tank, honestly, I can't really decide between Citizen and Reed, because like, if one did one thing, the other did the other thing, and it's like they both had their moments, but they just like had their fun. I do agree with you on the Blue pick.
Mhm.
If it's a flirt, you said Emmy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Emmy deserves it. They did a lot on the Baptiste and
They were doing a
Lucio.
ton, yeah.
Now it's decided it's a battle of the tanks. Who
Just
won the
tank.
MVP?
Hmm. That's so hard. I'm leaning towards Reed.
I am too, honestly.
I just
His
think,
performance,
yeah,
his performance towards the end kind of just it got better and better.
they were really doing a lot towards the end there, and they were doing a lot the whole time, but they really, really stepped it up at the end there. I am assuming not only do we not want to do interviews, but I don't think any of the teams want to do interviews. They're all pretty sleepy, which is definitely fair. Just trying to type out MVPs. Just checking if anybody else said anything. Nope. Okay. I have then the final match record was a 3-2 in the favor of Tater Tots. For tank MVP we have Bad Reads, for DPS we have Blue, and for support I have Emmy. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, I do think Citizen does deserve honorable mention though for his outstanding action. If I could, I give it to Citizen, Reindeer, and Ratty, but we can only have one honorable mention, unfortunately.
We can do an honorable mention if you want, and chat's pretty upset that we didn't say Reindeer for DPS. I agree. I think they played out of their mind. I'm cool with an honorable mention if you want to do an honorable mention.
I'm fine with honorable mention.
Cool. We'll do fun. This one. This game's fun.
If we're doing honorable mention, I think we're giving it to Deer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Fun. So fun. There we go. Justice. All right. Do you have anything else you wanna say before I end stream?
That game was just mind blowing. I had fun.
I had fun too. Who's playing this week or next? Let me pull it up for you and I'll read it. So far, we have tomorrow we have I Need Healing and Diving Phoenix, and we also have Nova and Prestigious Noobs. On Friday we have Spellbound Tengus and Blix Renegade, and then on Saturday it's Cosmic Omnics and Pizza Planet. That's all the games we have scheduled. Yeah, I'm good if you're good. Anything else?
Well, this will be fun.
Yeah, lots of games. Lots of games. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for us, yeah? You good? You all
I'm good.
Word it out? Alright. Well, thank you guys for hanging out, chat. That was a crazy game. Congrats to the MVPs. Y'all killed it. Good night, Maka. Thank you for saying good night, casters. I'm very sleepy. But make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night.